Hello, crafters. This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I am here with a new set of products from Simon Hurley. And this is a collaboration with Simon and Ranger, and they knocked it out the park. This is called Solar Paste. Oh, super love. It's easy to use, it spreads like butter, that type of consistency, and it cleans up with water. 2 thumbs up. I can't even put my thumb up because I got to hold this together. But these are fabulous. And then you can see he released it with 6 colors. There is gold, golden hour, red, cross my heart. This green, I love the name, crocodile tears. The blue is beluga, purple, royal flush, and this coppery orange colorway, overheated, which is perfect for the name. And these are all 2 ounces in the bottle. And let me tell you, you don't use much when you're using this. I have used it. It still looks new in the bottle. You see what I'm talking? It's whippable. You can use your finger. You can spread it on thin. You can also spread it thick. It is like the best friend of lunar paste. So Simon has a whole line of lunar paste. Well, now he has solar paste. Now you won't mix them up because you can see here, there's like a white tinge to it. The labels are different, and you can see he made sure, I'm glad that you did that, Simon, that he made solar big enough that you won't mix it up with lunar, you know. Here's lunar paste in a different colorway as well. So you see how this is more transparent and this one has a solid label. If you are just slightly curious about playing with this, get one and play. If you love all of Simon's products, get all 6 because they are just out the gate fabulous. Love. Now, when I was playing with it, I was like, what does this remind me of? If I already have this, why would I want this? So let's talk about what my analogy would be. If you already have a lot of lunar paste and you're like, I don't think I want any more, but then you're looking at this like, why would he make something like this? Think of it this way. There is distress ink, then there's also distress oxide. This reminds me of that. Distress ink is more of the true color. Distress oxide has the color, but with that powder finish to it. Both are inks, but they're different. That's what is beautiful here. This one will give you solid color. This one is, let me give you the exact term, iridescent color shifting paste. So it's iridescent and color shifting. That's where I'm talking about the powder. And when I show you the swatches, you'll see. Simon did a fantastic video, so I highly recommend that you go watch his video. There are a lot of techniques, so I'm going to have to rewatch his video and take some notes because I was like, oh. So you can really have a lot of fun and play. If you do any level of mixed media or you just love your paste with stencils, this whole line is a fantastic line to add to your stash. This was great before. This is just like the cherry on top of great. Fabulous, both of them, okay? The main ooh la la with this beautiful collection of solar paste. On the bottom, this is white cardstock, and here you can really see the color shifting. See how it's kind of looking white, but when I tilt it, you'll start to see the different colors. You see it? That's where you get the iridescent color shifting. Has an iridescent sheen to it, but then you tilt it a certain way, but that's on white. When it's on black, oh, this is the drama. This is the fun. My examples were going more here. I just love the power of the colors. So pretty. On both of these, I did use a palette to put it on. Here I use Simon's toolkit, which includes like a scraper and this little palette. I use the palette, just a little section, just a little whip and like this. You don't use a lot of this paste. This is a 2-ounce jar. You'll have this for a while. And you can also use your finger and play. Now, because I did this with the palette, it is thicker. But you see how it has like that powder look as opposed to being true solid? See how the lunar paste is more solid? That's what I was saying. It reminds me of like distress ink, distress oxide. They're both fabulous and 2 different looks. Even on the green, look at crocodile tears and minty fresh. See how this is more like opaque, true color. This one has a little white dust. It's just really nifty. And then it completely is different here. Even on white cardstock, lunar paste does not have that look. The green is right here again. Crocodile Tears, Minty Fresh. You see how it shifts? This solar paste is like the chameleon paste. Fabulous. I mean, really different looks and fun, and oh, I just love that it's so easy to work with. Oh gosh, I was like, ooh, easy. Straight out the bottle, just open it up and just went. I just was like, oh, love. Thank you so much, Simon, for sending me all these goodies to play with. And he sent me all 6 colors that were released. I didn't put the colors up here, did I? Oh, goodness, crafters. Yeah, I know. But they do match here. So Golden Hour is here. Overheated is here. Cross My Heart. And then Crocodile Tears, Beluga, Royal Flush. You know why I didn't put this here? Because this was wet and I had to wait for it to dry, and then I forgot to put it on. When you put it on thick, it takes a little while to dry. When you dip it in and go on with your finger, Cross My Heart, it's much thinner application with your finger. Like, see, this will dry quicker. See how it's like, almost like makeup cream. You see it? You'll have so much in this bottle left over, and you can just clean this. He used water. I always use isopropyl alcohol. It worked with both. This will dry much quicker, like in a minute or so, it'll be dry. This one will take a little bit longer because it's a thicker application when I use this. I like spread it on like, you know, think mayonnaise, butter, something soft and whipped. That's what this is. So love solar paste. It's just like, I was loving lunar paste before, but boy, this solar paste is just like, oh, I'm just feeling so crafty when I play with this. You just, oh yeah. Look at the beluga. Look at that blue. Isn't this fun? I think this is just so much fun. And the ingredient that is giving the colors is mica. Simon will give you tips and tricks, but you can also play and explore. I was doing the playing with it on backgrounds and just having fun, and I did mine initially through stencils. I'm going to definitely be revisiting all of this because, ooh, it's just so fun. And he did a resist. I did not do any backgrounds that were white where you can ink blend on top of it. When I saw that, I said, oh, I gotta make a card like that. So that's coming soon, okay? But this is just over the top. Fabulous. Fabulousness. Love, 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 love. I'm going to keep this here because most of my examples are going to be in this realm. First card I made. This one is featuring 3 colors. Love the name. Crocodile Tears in that top quadrant. Then Golden Hour. That's the gold. Love, love all these colors. And then down here, that's Overheated, which is that coppery kind of colorway. I love that name too. These names are just so cute. I was just like, oh, these are fabulous names. And then I use Simon's 6x6 warped stencil. Love this stencil. And it was so easy to work with the stencil. In his video, I didn't realize I could do that. So I did not just wipe it off with water like he did. I went over to the sink and washed it. When it's wet, you can just wipe it off with water. You do have time for this to not ruin your stencil. But if you leave your stencil, just leave it. Once it's dry, it's dried. So try not to, you know, play with it, have fun with it, and then just wipe it off, especially on a surface like this, which is my glass board glass mat. When this gets on here, again, isopropyl alcohol will just wipe it off. Even if it dries on, you might have to take it a little like this and get it off, or rub it in a little bit. But on a glass surface, these two, I mean, this, fabulous. So I didn't have any issues with it that way, but I just didn't know I could wipe it off with water. So I was washing my stencils. I'm used to that when it comes to mediums. So this is a very forgiving, loving medium. Just 3 swipes of color, let it dry on black cardstock. Then I topped it off with, if you remember, this fabulous little floral here. This is from Simon's photosynthesis collection. This is the floral stems die. I think this is a lily. So I did 2 lilies and just layered it up, and then here's the leaves, made 2 of them, and then I used also his sentiment. This is also a die from Simon, which I so love. Oh my goodness, I love this one. Everyday Sentiments, Thinking of You. This is from Simon's Metamorphosis collection. So I just put that there, and then look at that. Isn't this a fun card? I think this is so fun. The florals, the sentiment, and then all this shiny goodness in the background with that warped stencil. This is a great stencil. Do this for your journaling. Next, After I did that first one just on black cardstock, which is just, oh, I wanted to see all this goodness, all this solar goodness. On this one, I did teal cardstock with texture. This is basil cardstock. And even on the textured cardstock, look how it's working fabulous, right? And I use Simon's Dazzling Diamond Stencil. This is a 3-piece set. I use this one. So you can do layers with this one. And I just took a section, like so. Took some of that golden hour, just did a little area, like that in a circle, and then let it dry. So you don't have to do the whole thing. You can just pick a section as a focal point. Love. So this one, Dazzling Diamonds Stencil. I was really just having fun with all the Simon goodies. From Simon's Metamorphosis collection, I was playing with his butterflies. Do you remember this one? This is Brilliant Butterflies. So love. 2 of these and 1 of that. And made a mini slimline card. And on this card, I used Simon's Must-Have Sentiments Glimmer Hot Foil Plates. You glimmer one section of this and then cut it out at the same time. You can get so many of this. I just have like packs and packs of it ready to go. So I used that with this. Thinking of You. Just love this. So I did 2 Thinking of You actually. Yeah, I'm doing lots of thinking of you. And then here I use the Satin Metallics Hot Foil Roll. And then finish it off with some glitter drops in gold. And I cut these out with some matte gold foil cardstock. So love. And then I just put glue here in the center of the body. And everything else is kind of like, you know. I just love this card. It's such a cute card. And I love how the solar paste is just giving that pop in the background. This is just even more play. Like before, this was play. This is more play on the playground. Like the playground just got a little bit bigger. So fun and so pretty. I still have to explore all of this. I haven't explored this version yet, but I still have all of that to explore. But I'm looking forward to it. And lastly, here again, see the butterflies in a different way? So I did the first one in gold. This time I did silver glitter cardstock. Used larger butterflies. Made a smaller slimline card. Used this big one and that big one. And then put a sentiment here in the middle. I tell you, this is just like the easiest set to work with. Like if you are in a super pinch, you can make a bunch of these panels, have them sitting there ready to go. You're like, I need a quick card for a friend, a hello card. Stick on 2 die cuts and you're done. Love. And you don't even need, because of that iridescent color shifting, all this goodness, you really don't need to add gems if you don't want to. This one I did add a little bit of gems here. I did add some gold mix gems, the solid. And that's from Spellbinders, okay? This one is Deco Diamonds Stencil. I love the Deco Diamonds because it has that real deco look. This is with the beluga on navy cardstock. So it's navy cardstock in the background with beluga on top. Talk about elegant fun. And then the silver to work with all that navy blue goodness. Then the sentiment here in the middle. I decided to play with another favorite of mine. Outline Sentiments. This is a small die of the month, so you can only purchase this at Spellbinders. And it was back in August of 22. I used the hello here in gray on the bottom, navy on top, staggered them a little bit, so the gray is giving like that shadow in the back. And then on the top here, that is matte silver foil cardstock. So you get glitter with the butterflies and you get the sentiment, which I think even though this is navy, you can still see this here. Isn't that fun? And then I put the whole thing on gray 110-pound cardstock. This is just a fantastic release. Simon, you did it again. I was loving lunar, but now you brought in solar and I don't know. But I'm glad both options are there. So it's just like, you know, Distress ink, Distress oxide. They're both there. They're both fabulous, but they are the same but different. And that's what I love about these. Just fun to play with, super easy to work with, just like this one. Super easy to work with. Look at all the colors, and I love all these color options. You can really see it here against the black cardstock. Alrighty, crafters. Everything will be detailed and linked below. If you want to see more information, and trust me, Simon will have many more videos coming with loads of tutorials, even shorts on how to use this, because this is brand new. And so I know he's just going to show you all sorts of goodies, because he was telling us about the goodies. And I was like, okay, wow. So he'll break down videos to go even slower and show you, in this one, you can do this. In the next one, you can do that. There are a lot of techniques you can play with this. Do you have to? Of course not. You can stay right where I was and be quite happy, quite satisfied, having a ball in all three versions. And if you put this on thicker, the thicker you put it on, it gets like almost white. He has an example where he puts it on super thick. That's another option you might want to play with. So there is room to just play some more, and you can heat set this. So I was doing the air dry thing. So my applications are thick, so I was doing air dry. You can take a heat gun to all of this too. Yeah, so that's fabulous. Just don't burn it in one spot. Heat it, the moving heat, kind of like blow drying. Not burning it like how we do with embossing. You can have so much fun with this. Solar paste for the winner. 6 fabulous colors. Pick your favorite color, get a jar, and play. Then after you play, you're going to go back, you're going to get all the other colors. Or start out with the 6. I'm going to put links below. I'm sure at Ranger they'll have a bundle, but I know Ranger's going to package this one up for you guys. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video. Stay crafty, my friends. Expect to see more of this goodie on white with some ink blending. Until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.